I've been helping people with money for more than 20 years, but no one stumped me more than the princess.
I like to buy everything. Hair products, perfume, makeup. I only buy brand name. I love to shop. It's the best thing in the world.
I'm here to help this princess take control of her money and her life. Over the next 6 weeks, she'll live on a strict cash diet and complete weekly challenges. How much were you making?
I really have no idea.
Ashley, how can you not know how much you're making? If this princess has what it takes, I'll transform her from spender to saver. And I'll give her up to $5,000 to help her pay down her debt.
I've never wanted for something and not received it. I don't see why the future should be any different.
No changes, no money.
Oh, 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 she's a princess. She's a princess.
Meet Ashley.
I'm 25 and I'm a student and a social worker.
She's got a fiancé who worships her.
I'm excited about spending the rest of my life with Ashley.
We could get a cheaper ring for you, that way I can get a more expensive one.
Friends who love her.
Me and Ashley would go on shopping sprees.
This daddy's girl gets what she wants.
I haven't a clue how much I've spent on Ashley over the years. I wouldn't even hazard a guess.
Wow, got a lot of stuff.
I love going to the spa. I do manicures weekly. My haircuts only come from one salon. I go out to eat all the time.
Ashley decided she wanted to go on vacation, and then she refused to pay her half.
Not having money isn't really a barrier.
Plastic comes out at the drop of a hat. It comes out, it goes in. It comes out, it goes in. It's usually followed by a little giggle and...
On the surface, she has the perfect life, but the cracks are starting to show.
She needs to learn the value of money.
We are now more aware of the need to say no.
Even if her parents close the bank, Ashley knows she still has Prince Charming waiting in the wings to rescue her.
I can convince Kyle to pay for things.
I've been covering the rent, I've been covering the groceries, I've been covering the gas in her car and my car.
Kyle co-signed my student loan because my credit sucks. It was all supposed to go to school, but I kind of went shopping with it.
Money's become a kind of a poisonous element in our relationship.
Kyle and I get into financial arguments. Do you know how much more stuff we have to pay for the wedding? A lot. I mean, I know we're gonna get married because I really want to wear my dress.
I don't know how strong this marriage is gonna be.
Now they've called me in, and I know the only way to fix a princess is to cut the purse strings.
I think if her family cut her off, it would be good for her.
My wife and I have discussed cutting Ashley off.
We've considered cutting her off.
Ashley thinks she's going shopping, but the last thing she's going to do today is spend money. Are you planning to drop more money on another handbag? How much money do you have in the bank?
Like $3.
$3. So why are you even shopping? You need to get with the real world, my love. Planning a princess wedding?
Trying to.
Yeah. Kind of hard to plan a wedding when sometimes you and Kyle aren't even talking to each other?
A little bit.
How much debt do you have?
About $27,000, and I think about $17,000 of it is mine.
What's he in debt for?
My ring.
So 17 of it is directly yours.
Yeah.
And the other 10 is because of you.
Yeah.
Is that pretty fair?
That's fair.
I have some people who want to tell you some stuff.
Oh.
Listen carefully.
When you talk to Ashley, you pretty much figure she can ask for something. We're not just going to give you money. You have to earn it. You're a big girl now. Start making a living.
Do you ever feel like you're taking advantage of Daddy?
Not really.
Let's see who comes next.
I think that Ashley has come to expect Kyle to bail her out in all aspects of life. My worst fear for Kyle and Ashley is that she'll ask too much of him, and it will place too much of a strain on their relationship, and they'll end up not being together anymore because of it.
Do you think that's a possibility?
I can't believe that she said that. It's a horrible thing for her to think.
I want to hear what Kyle has to say.
I don't.
Our relationship should be the most solid right now going into a marriage, whereas I feel that now we're fighting so much, we should be able to talk through things. Greatest fear, things in the end won't work out with Ashley and myself, and all of this will have been for nothing.
Do you want to be a princess in a castle, always being rescued, or do you actually want to be able to stand on your own 2 feet and be a woman?
I want to stand on my own 2 feet.
You know the next few weeks aren't going to be easy.
It's gonna suck.
If Ashley really wants to change, she'll first have to acknowledge the truth about her spending and her debt and its impact on everyone around her. So I brought her here to show her the numbers. I wanted Kyle here today because the people in your life need to see the truth about what's happening with your money. This is a picture of your spending over the last 6 months. Your wants, your needs, your debt repayment, and your savings. And your needs are costing you about $1,660 a month.
Yeah.
And your debt repayment's costing you about $433. You're putting absolutely nothing in savings.
No.
And your wants, your fun, your beauty and fitness, and your clothes, what you're spending in cash, are almost up to $2,500. This was your average for every month for the last 6 months, $4,600. How much were you making?
I really have no idea.
Ashley, how can you not know how much you're making?
I don't know.
Your average income during this period was $870 a month. Where's the extra money coming from?
Credit. I just got a full-time job last month. I think it's about $2,000. It might be $2,500.
That's great, but $2,500 a month is only $30,000 a year, right? You're living large on your $30,000 a year, spending as if your income was actually $72,000. If you want to live like this and shake free of the debt, you need to actually be earning $90,000 a year.
I know that I'm not in a financial position to do the things that I want to do.
Here's the thing. You're spending more money than you make.
Yeah.
Your family's getting pretty tired taking care of the princess. You're fighting with your fiancé before you even get married.
Yeah.
So will you do anything I ask you?
I will do anything that you ask me.
Are you gonna stay out of it?
Yes.
Because if you break my rules, she's going to pay.
Understood.
So you're gonna get with the real world.
Okay.
You're gonna have to learn to live within your means, and you're gonna have to figure out how to have a great life while you balance your dreams with your reality. No bitching, no whining.
Okay.
This is about taking control of your money and your life.
Okay.
I'll give you up to $5,000 towards paying off your debt so you can start with a clean slate.
Okay.
You do it wrong, you get zip. Remember, attitude counts. Coming up, will Ashley be able to stick it out on her own?
I'm worried about sitting here starving.
Or will it all go up in flames? Oh my God!
Oh, 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 she's a princess. Oh, 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 she's a princess.
Ashley is a princess with a problem,
I don't feel like I should really be entirely responsible to pay off, her shopping habits.
but it hasn't stopped her from living the high life.
I really want the wedding band that matches my engagement ring.
Ashley was pretty adamant that it should cost at least $10,000. The ring's sitting on credit right now. She's happy though.
For the next 6 weeks, she's going to live on cash and get real about her money and debt. If she completes all my challenges, I'll give her up to $5,000 to get that debt paid down. I brought Ashley to this condo to assign her first challenge. You're going to have an opportunity now to demonstrate to me that you're all grown up.
Okay.
And that you can take care of yourself. You are moving in here.
What?
You are moving in here.
By myself?
By yourself. You will be living here for the next 2 weeks. Kyle can come for snugglies, but he can't lift a finger. Every meal to be cooked, every dish to be washed, every floor to be cleaned.
Are you serious?
Princesses have servants, but Ashley's a grown-up and Ashley has to take care of herself.
That's crazy.
Which brings me to part 2. You're gonna plan your spending from now on. You wanna have a wedding.
Yep.
So one of the things that you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to create a very detailed budget.
So I have to find out like how much everything's gonna cost to the penny.
Aren't you gonna spend to the penny?
Yeah.
Then shouldn't you know what it's gonna cost to the penny?
Yeah.
Okay then,
Okay.
do it.
I've never lived on my own before, so there's something a little exciting about being able to do everything on my own and prove that I can do it.
Got a present for you.
You got laundry?
A little bit, yeah.
You're a whole new kind of ridiculous. I'm not doing your laundry, honey.
Together, Ashley and Kyle spend hundreds of dollars a month on food. So I challenged her to only spend what she can afford.
She told me she was getting $35 a week for groceries and just doesn't sound like it's even possible. So we got any meat for this dinner?
Meat's not really in the budget anymore, sweetie.
Turns out, it wasn't the budget that might cause Ashley to starve to death.
I am a really bad cook. Oh my God.
Whoa!
I blew up the kitchen.
Dinner might have gone up in flames, but her budget didn't. Ashley spent only 15% of what she usually does and proved to herself she could make her money go further than she thought.
It's like the cheapest meal I've ever made and the best meal I've ever made.
Let's see how she does when she and Kyle sit down to finally work out the costs for their wedding.
I hadn't approached budgeting for the wedding the way Gail wants me to, because I know the answers aren't what I want.
Worst case scenario is that we're gonna spend way more than we should. Ashley's getting to the point where she wants something and she's not willing to make sacrifices on it.
I want to focus on all the details. Like, I want the tablecloths to be off-white. I want gold overlays. The centerpieces are going to be a really big deal. I have to make sure that the plates are not just plain white, boring. The napkins have to be colored. To get menus printed, they have to be folded a certain way.
Hearing the word need a lot, we still need to know somewhat like where our budget lies. Like say if we decide we want to spend $10,000 on this wedding, we have no idea what the budget is.
We have no money. How are we going to spend $10,000?
How are we gonna get married with no money?
Good question, Kyle. I checked in with Ashley to see if she had any answers. This is the budget for the wedding in full,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Including what your dad's kicking in.
Yeah.
And your total expenses on this big budget are $23,532. Daddy's kicking in 10.
Yes.
No. Where's the other 13,500 coming from?
About 9 of it's already on Kyle's credit card. That was the engagement ring and wedding dress.
So that leaves just about 4 or so left. And where's that coming from?
We haven't worked out a budget for it yet.
Come back to me with an answer for where you're going to get that money.
Okay.
Somebody has to earn it. Now it's time to focus on the future, because like most princesses, Ashley has dreams galore and not a clue how to get there. When we started this whole process, it was very easy for you to say, I want to get married. I want to buy a house.
Yeah.
All of those things are dreams. The only way you can make them be more concrete is to make them into goals.
Okay.
What would you say is the number one thing that's important to you right now in terms of your dreams?
Getting a house?
Okay, so you want to buy a house.
Yeah.
Can you see any problems with that?
Well, I can't afford a house.
How do you know that? Do you know what size of a house you want?
It has to have at least 2 bedrooms, preferably 3.
Is it a condo? Is it a townhouse?
I would rather have fully detached, but I'm okay with semi-detached.
Where is the house?
City.
Do you have a price range in mind?
Around $350,000.
So when you take a dream and turn it into a goal, the first thing you do is you make it specific. How much of a down payment do you need for a house? For argument's sake, you decided you need $20,000, and you realized that you could put away, between you, $500 a month. This takes you out of the airhead arena and into the girl with my feet firmly on the ground arena.
Yeah.
Okay? You and Kyle are going to sit down and you create a SMART goal that you can bring and show me.
Right.
Coming up, will she be able to stick with the program?
This is to make you happy.
I'm gonna smack you!
Oh, 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 she's a princess. Oh, 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 she's a princess.
Between credit cards and a student loan she used for shopping,
I'm not really sure if I told Kyle about that one or not.
Ashley's up to her eyeballs in debt. Her attitude is destroying her marriage before the wedding.
Caught Ashley in a lie, financial lie.
You will be paying for divorce along with paying for the wedding. She's got 6 weeks to prove to me that she's ready to change. If she does, I'll give her up to $5,000 to help pay down her debt. This week, I challenged Ashley to turn her dream of home ownership into a goal.
I know they want to save for a house. They won't have the front mat the way she's going.
Kyle and I have been looking at houses, looking at how much to save.
As part of this process, she's created a budget she can live with. But she also needs to get serious about dealing with her debt. So Ashley used an online calculator to figure out how to do it. First, she entered all the amount she owes and the interest on each debt. Then she chose her timeline, 12 months. The program calculated her monthly payments. For Ashley to pay off the debt and save for a house, she's gonna have to work her butt off.
The challenges Gail's been giving me have really sort of taught me the difference between my needs and wants.
A week later, I called Ashley back to show me that she crunched the numbers, or at least covered them with glitter.
I made it pretty.
You did make it pretty. Okay, I see you changed the goal in terms of the price of the house, so you went back and readjusted based on what you thought houses would actually cost in the area?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. When you say $17,000 is coming from wedding gifts,
That's underestimating.
that's excellent.
Yeah.
Which means that if you're only going to save 5%,
It will only take 6 months.
okay. Now, you made another version for saving about 10%, and you calculated that would take about 26 months. Are you prepared to wait 2 years? So what is this?
This was to make you happy because
Gonna smack you!
that one was to make you happy because you told me 10% down was more realistic. But what Kyle and I discussed, if we wait, the
House
housing
prices
market is going to
Gonna
change.
shift again. Based on the way things are right now, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
The difference between having 5% down and having 10% down isn't worth the time you wait.
No, we did
Okay.
our research.
Yes, you did. So how are you going to come up with the extra $500?
Well, this month I was able to make an extra $1,200
Wow.
by taking extra shifts at work.
What's different? When I got here, you were a moron.
I know.
Okay.
I just did everything without thinking about it.
So now you're thinking.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. But despite all of Ashley's progress, there's one person who's not convinced that she'll ever change.
I don't think it's realistic to cut Ashley off because I don't think she'll ever be able to stop shopping.
Do you know why you're here?
I'm a bad influence.
You're a terrible influence. So, this is your temptation challenge.
Okay.
Ashley planned to spend hundreds of dollars on her wedding wish list. For this final challenge, she made a list and priced out each item. Then I slashed her numbers, challenging her to spend even less. This is your money.
Wow.
This is the money you would be getting from me.
Uh-huh.
So don't blow through it too fast, okay?
Oh.
You need a little bit of a tiara because you're my princess.
Okay.
And we will see whether you get to keep that tiara or not. Some rules. You can't buy anything that isn't on the list. And do it on a budget, or you blow the challenge. I want to see if you can really give up your princess behavior.
I can do that. Christine and I looked at the elbow length gloves and they came in at about $30, right under budget for Gail.
But when they arrived at the shoe store, Ashley wavered.
The white ones are $120, but they're a lot nicer, I think, Ash.
Okay, yeah.
I know it's over budget, but it is your wedding.
I'll just save money elsewhere.
There you go. What are we waiting for? Buy them.
$135.55.
With only one item left on her list, it's make it or break it time.
Lori, Tegan, Jen, Chrissy, and me. Can you tell me how much it comes?
Okay, $135.40.
Ash, you're only $10 over.
I'm gonna stick within the budget. No ring for me.
Most of the time, it's easy to get Ashley to buy things because if she expresses that she wants it, it just takes a little bit of convincing. How much was that ring again? Sorry.
Which one?
Her ring.
It was 34.
There, boom.
34.95 plus that. Okay.
I hate you. And she just went blip, 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 blip in my ear until I caved.
Coming up, will all of Ashley's hard work pay off? Or will this princess crack under the pressure?
How does it feel?
It doesn't feel good.
Oh, 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 she's a princess. Oh, 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 she's a princess.
6 weeks ago, Ashley was a princess in denial. She was spending over $4,000 a month, but only earned $800. You know you're a princess?
I'm not a princess.
She had no idea how she'd ever pay off her debt.
Our marriage is dependent on Gail making or breaking this financial situation.
Her parents and her fiancé agreed to cut her off, while she completed my challenges designed to get her paying attention to her money and learning to live like a grown-up.
Shopping when you have to look at all the price tags is just like not fun.
She could walk away with up to $5,000 to help her pay down her debt. Before I deliver my final verdict, I wanted a word with her parents about how far this true princess has come. You saw Ashley before, and you see Ashley now. Has there been a change?
Yes.
I think there's a maturity that's happening.
What stopped her from stepping into being a grown-up?
I think she's actually thinking about it, and she wasn't thinking about it before.
She said that. She wasn't conscious. So, are you going to stay true to the course and let Ashley be a grown-up now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious about the dynamic between her and Kyle. Are you worried about that?
I want to see Kyle say no to her more often.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell him to do that. Let's bring Ashley in now and see what she has to say.
I think she's learned out of this whole experience that she's totally capable of being independent.
Tell me what you learned.
I learned I need to make more money. I learned that I actually have to look at the money coming in and the money going out.
What a concept.
It's a crazy concept.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it? I learned a lot of things.
I think you did learn a lot of things. I think you did remarkably well.
Thank you.
You showed an ability to be independent that we weren't sure was there to start. You made a budget. You made a debt repayment plan. Learned to focus on somebody other than yourself.
Yeah.
Kyle, can you see the new Ashley?
Definitely can. It's been night and day over the last couple months.
Can you say no to Ashley now?
Definitely. Been
Let me
practicing.
see.
No.
The one thing you did not do, Ashley,
I did everything.
you did not get the impulse monkey off your back.
What?
Who went shopping and bought something that wasn't on her list?
Chrissy and me. That's only because I got such a good deal.
No, you bought something that wasn't on the list, and that's going to cost you.
That's not fair.
Don't be a princess. Because I think you have made huge progress. I think that you have made such huge progress that I am now willing to say that you are no longer a princess. So I have for you a check for $4,500 to go towards your debt. Give me a hug. Don't spend money that's not on your list.
Okay. Despite all the struggles with things, I know things will fall into place, so it's good.
I can tell she loves to go shop. She's all out of control. She can't stop. Designer clothes, jewels, hair. She's throwing money everywhere. My head is spinning. Oh, 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 oh. She's a princess. She's a princess. Modern day princess.